Okay. Hello and welcome back to the Northern Lights Rewind, where we are at our top 5 of Camp Northern Lights, 2 days away from the finale. So this is probably gonna be the last one before the finale, and
Yes.
then after the finale, we'll do a like why whoever won and why everyone else lost. So like it's fine. Um, Siles, can you take us through this week and what's been going on? Because it's kind of just been I don't know why, but we have just been like pow 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 pow. These bitches are going home left and right.
Yeah. The twist came in, and I think Monday night was like a single elimination, right? Right, yes. And then we've had two doubles and a lot of backstabbing, a lot of betraying happening. Some people are a little upset, things of that nature. First, we get Katie, who goes home in the single eviction. Reason she goes home, huge threat, well connected, kind of wrong place, wrong time, and that's just how it goes sometimes when you're a bigger threat. Aaron and Cody go the next night. Aaron gets backstabbed by her final two, and then Cody gets sent down for being a threat. The fact that Cody even made it to eighth is crazy, considering how many people were like, "Oh, we need to get Cody out." And that's what's happened this week, basically. In short, obviously there's more details,
You
but
know what's crazy? You wanna know what's crazy?
yes.
Bailey has been HOH 3 times this week. It's only Wednesday. It's only Wednesday, everybody. That is the crazy part.
Yes,
Last time we did this podcast, I think there was 13 people left,
there
and
was,
we're down to 5.
which is insane.
Yeah. So tonight, Venus went on a little like HOH and POV streak.
Yeah, full power
And
week.
yeah, took out Marcus and Destiny. I was really sad because I love Destiny, but I think it was just kind of an eventual thing for her in this game.
The way it was kind of set up, yes, because like at the end of the day, she was great at making like interpersonal relationships, but she didn't really have like I feel any close alliances with anybody.
Yeah.
People that were really willing to go to bat to her, and the people that were are gone. Like I know like Cody liked her, and she had some good relationships with some of the pre-jury, but she just like when you play that kind of game, it's either you're running shit or the end of the road is gonna come eventually, and that's what happened with Destiny. I think
Yeah.
she
So
almost won POV though.
well, and she's taken herself off the block twice now. So this would have been the third time. It would have been like a kind of iconic moment, but it just
It would have, yeah, Veto Queen.
yeah.
But yeah, she just came short.
So I think the way that we should do this is talk about the final 5 and what path they have to win the game. If there is a path for them, like what needs to happen in order for them to win. So let's start off with Kristen, who we were not that high on originally, but then we've gotten a little bit higher on her. So right now, what is her win equity and what needs to happen for her to win?
You can kick it off, Cesar. I've been doing a lot of talking.
Me, I think okay, but this is gonna come down to I think a lot of them for them to win, well, for Kristen to win, first of all, Daly has to go. All right. Nobody can be sitting next to Daly, period.
That's going to be true for literally everyone that's not Daly.
That's gonna be everyone, right?
That's like the main case, yeah, of course.
So I'm not even gonna say that. Well, I already said it, but so I'm just gonna pretend Daly's out of the picture, right? I have to say, for Kristen to win this game, she'd have to take Emily out as well. I think her best chances are to be next to Mason or who's the other one? That's it, right?
Venus, yeah.
Mason or Venus. I think that's the only way Kristen wins. Because I feel like a lot of people, this is kind of tricky because a lot of people do see, but then I'm going to be talking about someone else and I don't want to do that. So let's just focus on Kristen. Yeah, I think that's her path. Her path is to get Emily and Daly out.
Yeah, that would be really ideal. The only thing is it's gonna like it has to. I don't really know if there's like a scenario that happens. I feel
the problem is the situation is, and again, this brings up everybody else. The thing is, Daly is in the middle of everything, right? So
yes.
If you ask me right now, Daly already won this game. Like, I don't see him going anywhere. And I mean, I said this last week. I just didn't say it out loud, but I said it to you guys since forever ago. I don't, because even though, I mean, she could take them out. She could easily. And I think she's smart enough to do it because I've seen her play. She can do it. The problem is she hasn't won an HOH yet. and I think it's a little too late. I think Daily, final five is gonna can't beast it out, and that's it, game over. But if she wins, she could get them out. So who knows?
Has Daly been throwing?
Yeah.
Yeah, for the most part. And anytime he wants to win, he either does well or wins.
Every time he wants to win, he wins.
Yeah.
He's been throwing all of them. Even today he said, "Oh, I think I'm gonna win this one to save Emily." Boy, who are you lying to? Who are you lying to? No, please. No, he threw this like no other.
I think that he didn't. I don't know if he necessarily was like nope, but I don't think that he put like a 100% effort in. Like he was on one of those. He's like, yeah, if I win it, I guess, but I'm not gonna really try that hard, and that's why I feel like it went with her. I think Kristen, and you know how we all said they got to get rid of Daly. I think that everyone should be trying to sit next to Venus, and this is nothing against Venus. I just don't think her jury management's been that good, and people have maybe seen her as not playing a super strong game, maybe doing what other people have told her to do. Venus is probably her best bet to sit next to in the finals. I think for her, because she's not going to put. Okay, actually, now that I think about it, so if she wins HOH, she puts up probably Daly, Mason, Venus. Emily's off the block. The best case scenario is probably Mason wins the power veto, and then he votes to save probably Venus and takes out Daly and Emily, or Venus probably not going to cut Daly. So the best case scenario is that Kristen wins HOH and Mason wins POV. Mason takes out Daly and Emily. I think that's it's a path that could happen, and then she's in the final three, and I don't know what happens there because I don't know if Venus and Mason are going to take each other. They might, because Venus did keep him safe tonight, which is very important. That could be a huge long-term thing, and I think that both of them will want to sit next to Venus. But then she would probably just have to win final three, to be honest. So she kind of has to win out, and the probability of that when there's Mason, Daly in the game, like you said, comp beasts, and Venus, who isn't competing for HOH tomorrow, but in her hypothetical scenario is competing in the final three HOH, and she could easily win that. You know what I mean? It's very specific, but she has a path. It's just very unlikely.
Are we talking about Venus?
We're talking about Kristen. Kristen needs
Kristen.
to find a way to sit next to Venus, and the best way for that to happen is she does have to win the final five and final three HOH.
I disagree. I think her best is sitting next to Mason.
You think so? Even with like Katie and all these people in the jury and Marcus that like Mason a lot, you know what I mean? That's the only thing.
Well, the thing about it is, to me, like, what has Marcus done? He's played a good game, okay? He's been there. I am not bashing Mason, all right? But the thing about it is, Mason has kind of become like the block star.
Yeah.
Which, if I'm jury, whether I'm playing with him or not, if I'm playing with him and say, okay, well, you were there because we knew that nobody was feeling threatened by you, right? If I'm not, whether I'm with him, if I'm not working with him or whatever, and I see that he keeps going up again, I'm still gonna feel the same way. I'm like, okay, so people are putting you up because they know that you're gonna stay.
Yeah.
So what exactly did you like? Why would I be scared to sit next to you?
He could always turn it, because unfortunately Kristen doesn't have a very strong resume, and Mason hypothetically being able to get out Daly or Emily and being able to survive the block, and I was up for elimination and y'all voted to save me, that's part of my social game, that's why you should vote me. People are gonna respond well to that, whereas Kristen was kind of just her social game and maybe end game comp wins if she's there.
I don't know, because I think Kristen can say she started off rough on the wrong side.
She did, yeah. She does
have everybody was mad at her. Even her own allies were talking smack about her. They wanted her out. They've been wanting her out for a bit.
Yeah.
And somehow she made it through. So I don't think she's at the lowest of those. I think she could beat Mason and Venus.
I think that she definitely loses to Mason, because Mason has a lot of pretty, I wouldn't necessarily say locked key thrown in the sewer votes, but he's got more. Kristen's maybe only locked vote in that scenario is probably Emily. You know what I mean? Maybe that's it. Who else would really go her way?
Okay, so Mason has, because you're right. Okay, I wasn't thinking about the jury. I was just talking about game. I wasn't really thinking about the jury.
The story, yeah, 100%.
I was just thinking about story, which is my bad, because you were correct. Jury does play They're the ones that vote, right? So he has, depending if it's Kristen, Mace, I think Daily will have, not Daily,
Mason.
Mason will have probably Emily. No, actually, Emily's with Kristen, so that's a vote for Kristen.
Yeah.
Daily will vote for him to win, I'm
Yeah.
guessing.
I feel like Cody might give him it as well.
You think so?
Maybe
think-
Cody is definitely up in the air.
think
Aaron
Cody-
probably votes for Kristen though.
I
So
think
that is a
Cody
point.
was closer to Kristen than Mason.
Okay, so maybe we get Cody, and then Aaron goes and votes. Aaron's probably gonna go with Kristen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Katie's definitely voting for Mason, and then who does Michael go? Who's Michael and VNS voting for? Does
So I think-
VNS might vote for Mason?
Venus will vote for Mason, and
Yeah.
I think
Who knows what Michael might spin a wheel for fuck's sakes, man.
I don't know.
I don't know what Michael's gonna
I
vote
think-
in that scenario because his like main thing has been like, oh, Daly is a
Because
snake.
you also have to remember, Kristen next to Venus, she would have Daily for sure. Kristen will have Daily. No, I mean Venus will have Daily.
Yeah.
Emily.
You think? No, I think Emily goes for Kristen though.
I mean, they have that alliance, the blood alliance that they just made or something like that.
Yeah, and they're like, and I think Emily likes, so because sometimes this does matter that she does like Kristen on a personal level a lot, and I think maybe more than Venus, which could sway things because they
I just don't
kind of
see.
had a similar game.
Well,
Go ahead. Yeah, I don't know. Go ahead.
so
There's a
kind of
lot
like,
of scenarios. We'd be here all night if we really went over.
yeah, kind of flipping it around. Who would take Kristen to the final?
Dude, I think Emily maybe is her best shot. I think everyone else probably cuts her. Maybe Daly takes her. Maybe if like Venus ain't. Because I think Daly maybe wants to take Venus at the second.
No, Daly said in his DR, he just said something about
He changes on a
Mason.
dime, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Mason.
If
He's saying Mason final two.
What? I don't like that.
He
Final.
didn't say
That's not
that.
gonna work.
Yeah, he didn't say Mason final two. What he said was because he thought he's like, oh, I made it to finale, and then we're like, we still have tomorrow. He goes, yeah, but if I sit next to Mason final two, that's it. I made it to finale. So in my head, that means he's thinking Mason.
Oh
No.
man, he can't take me. He should take. He could win it. He can. I don't. You know, I do think that his toughest matchup is Emily, but I think Mason is probably the second. I think Kristen or Venus, like he should probably win in a landslide.
I'm sorry. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't see jury just voting like, oh, they're friends like that. I think
I
Daly
can
next
see what
to
you're saying.
Mason. I think Daly next to Mason will get 0 votes.
You think? Okay.
I think Daly next to anybody but Emily will get 0 votes. Emily will probably get some because Emily has played a good game.
Yeah. It's just all about really how he gets there. I think Michael is super bitter to Daly, but that's only one person.
He will, if you keep reading or whatever he said, Daly deserves it. If he makes it to the end, he'll vote him.
Oh shit. Okay, cool. Because I remember earlier a few hours ago, I was reading back and I saw that he was like super bitter. All right, sounds good. So we're good. So people are finally getting back in the rational headspace. We're doing good here because that's obviously what we want. We don't want a bitter jury and like not the deserving winner to win. If Daly's there, he's got to get it, man. It's a robbery if he's there. And he doesn't
Right,
get
and I want to say this again. Okay, I love Mason. All right, I think Mason's a great player. I think Mason plays a little bit too emotional, where he knows what the problem is. He knows what he needs to do,
Yeah.
but he won't do it.
Yeah, his brain says, but then he kind of follows his heart.
I think once he lost Joanna, Joanna was the one like in his head, hey, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, you gotta come on now, let's go.
Yeah.
He lost that right there. And now he's just like, I don't know where to go. I don't know what
Yeah.
to do.
Just trying to survive, kind of. Yeah.
Where he should have kept that same mentality that Joanna was putting in his head. He should have just kept that way.
Yeah, and Ben likes someone to
Also-
flip the game. Yeah, 100%. I agree.
Also, let's go back a little bit to the whole Destiny. I don't want to blame Destiny for all this because even some DR buddies, which I will not mention, whatever, have told their people, you got to get Daly out. This is what you got to do or whatever. And others have said, you need to go ahead and make deals with those people because your people are not even getting nominated. And they're not listening to the DR. Like, even the DR people are saying Daly's got to go.
Yeah. The DR
And
buddies.
that-
It's like it's pretty. The picture is painted, man. And I think people see it. I think that people are following this and not necessarily this. Some of these decisions, man. I really do think so. I think Daly like
and
really has them like snowed in on an emotional level too. Like they just love him, and I don't blame them, but they love him, and that's
they
just
know
like-
Daly's playing. He got a score of 11 this week for me.
Yeah,
alright?
no, I was gonna say that too, man, because I had a
So-
power rankings and I gave him an 11, literally an 11 out of 10.
Daly, it's ridiculous. It's disgusting what's happening here.
Yeah,
I'm so mad. I'm happy for him. Like, good. Like, I'm gonna give him props or whatever. I'm
Yeah.
so mad at everybody else in that game. Like, yo, it's like right there.
yeah.
Like, why do you not?
Well, and like we all keep asking ourselves in the prod chat, like, would I fall for this? Could I fall for this? And we're all like, no. But like, who knows? Like, if you were there,
I think, okay, so, here's the, we're talking about all of them right now because we're all going back to the same thing, right? So let me just say, Styles, Cake, and I were talking in the production DC before we came over here. And I was gonna say, okay, so I understand Emily. Okay, Daly has been good to Emily up until yesterday. Because now he did go around and kind of wanted Emily out, whatever, but he's been good to Emily. So I understand why Emily doesn't know anybody either. Right? So yeah, her loyalty to him, it makes sense. That one is one, but then you have people like Marcus, Mason, Venus, who they know of Daly, one. Second, they've hosted Daly. And
Yeah.
they still missed it. Like, I'm so like it doesn't like they talk about everybody else. Why don't you guys talk about Daly? Compare notes. What's happening here? Would I be listed? I don't know because I want to say no because like I'm so paranoid that I don't even trust I only trust Brian. Other than that, I'm like shit if this person lying to me. No, for real, let's just be honest. I'm paranoid.
Yeah.
Everybody knows.
Okay,
I'm paranoid.
same here.
So I don't know if I would fall for it just because of my paranoia. So I want to say I wouldn't fall for it, but I don't know. Maybe I would. He's good, but I am friends with him, so maybe I would fall for it, and maybe he would. But maybe he would be loyal to me though. Who knows?
That is an important thing. At the end of the day, I think he literally is spraying a can of it at these people like through the fucking TV monitor. Honestly, like because there's like a feeling. It's more not necessarily a thought, but it's more of a feeling that these people are getting about Daly. They just like are drawn to him this season. I think it's just
It's
he's doing
disgusting.
some kind of
It is-
shit going on. 100%.
It's
Well, and-
disgusting.
the
That's
question
very
is,
impressive. It's like some Dan Giesling that it really is, where it's just like it doesn't even make sense. But to them, I don't know. Their whole mind gets boggled from other things, and
We were
and that-
also
now we're
also-
thinking emotionally. So
Right.
Yeah.
No, we were also saying, I even said to Cake and him and Styles, I was like, Cake, I don't know about you, but if you're my final two and someone gets you out just because they're gonna get me closer to them or whatever, they're wrong.
yeah,
Because I'm going after that person. Venus, Daly got Michael out. And all of a sudden Venus is like, oh my god, Daly's my final two. What just happened? What did I miss? What did I miss?
well,
here?
and the question is,
yeah.
in a final three scenario where Daly does not win the final head of household, which
That's
of
not
these
happening.
people actually take him? Like, do these people actually take him to final two?
Venus will take him. Venus, that's the thing about Venus. Venus is loyal as fuck. That's why I love Venus. I am not dragging Venus for. I think her social game is amazing. She's done so good. And to be honest with you, she didn't need to win this HOH.
Nah, she even said it. She wanted Daly to win.
Right. She wanted Daly, but what I'm saying is not even Daly. She didn't need to win it, period. This HOH. That's how good. Now it kind of sucks because she kind of pissed some people off, I'm guessing, and jury or whatever. She didn't need to do it. So like I'm not dragging her one bit for her gameplay at social or whatever. I'm upset that like I don't know, like not necessarily upset, okay, I love her, but she fell for Daly too. Like I'm upset that none of these people good on Daly. I'm happy for Daly, but I'm upset for the other people. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
So yeah, Daly will take him to the final. I mean, not Daly, Venus will. Emily, She said she knows what she has to do. She said at one point that if it's Kristen, Daly, and her, that she would maybe take Daly out. Maybe if she wanted to
Yeah.
be the villain, but she wasn't sure. Cake is pretty sure that she wouldn't do that to Daly. So I'm gonna say I think she would take Daly to final two as well.
I think that she's leaning that way. I think
Uh,
if any information gets to her, which is very possible, but just like from who, because no one's really. I don't think there's really going to be
Daly
much
just
shifting
made
that happens.
Daly just made final five with 4 final twos. Nobody's gonna compare notes.
Yeah, that's where the problem comes in. Is that they're not gonna like if they could just get a conversation flowing. Like if Kristen and Emily maybe get together, but he didn't throw her under the bus to Kristen. So yeah, pretty much did. I think Emily will do it. I do think that shit. I don't know what the fuck. I think Mason probably will cut him, right? Like
Kristen wouldn't take him to final two.
no, yeah, she would cut him 100%.
She will
She's
cut
got to
him.
win.
She will cut him.
Fucking cameras on that
Mason. I mean, I feel like Mason would cut him too.
Yeah, like if it's, I do think he does.
I don't know.
Because they're not like Joanna and Mason or Katie and Mason close. They're like Daly's always been like his number 2, number 3, number 4. It's never been number 1 with Daly.
But he was the one trying to convince Marcus to keep him this whole time, like just the whole day today.
Yeah.
I think, but no, I think Mason would want to be with Venus at the end.
Yeah, I think that's the ideal scenario for anybody. I think if anyone's really thinking with their brain, especially with the way that Venus like literally didn't answer people's DMs during the cycle, like that's like just like jury management, like no good 101. Yo, my camera is fucking up. I'm sorry, guys.
I do think though, I'm just gonna say it again, I don't care. I think it's too late. I think Daly won already. Daly, he's gonna win tomorrow's HOH, and he's going to win the final 3 HOH. It's too late for him to
But we said that about Vanessa and Big Brother 17, and she got.
Well, and that's what me and Styles are talking about. We're like, will Daly get Vanessa?
Will they get this? Will there be a Steve? Are we gonna get a Mason? Like whoever, I do
You have
think
to
if someone
remember-
cuts them, someone
you have
cuts
to
them, I think they're gonna
remember-
win.
You have to remember, we know the comps coming up, right? Well, I know the comps. In fact, I'm gonna look them up right now. Well, Derek should know the comps coming up.
Mhm.
Daly's gonna win these comps.
Probably, yes.
Yeah. Venus is gonna be out of the picture too. Who's one of the better challenge people? Kristen's not a really strong competitor. Emily's new to games, just naturally gonna be not great at everything. And then Mason's probably his main competition in the next one.
Well, let's say Mason wins HOH tomorrow. Like, does he really not take the shot?
No, he good. No, Daly's up. I think Venus.
No,
might
I think
probably stays up.
Mason, if Mason wins, Daly will go up.
But then Daly would be safe with Venus. That's the problem. The Daly or Venus would keep Daly there.
So Mason's best move, right, would be winning HOH, and then he puts up Venus, Daly,
And Emily. Yeah.
Right? I think that's his best move, and then Kristen will probably save either Emily or Venus.
Yeah, it comes down to veto there though, because obviously Daly could win, obviously Venus could win, Emily could win, and that throws a wrench into all that. These are very specific scenarios. It's very low probability that a lot of these things are going to happen.
And no need to be backdooring because they all play veto.
Yeah, no, I don't think anyone's going to do that. They shouldn't. If they shouldn't do that.
I think, I definitely think if Mason wins, there is a chance to get Daly out.
Yeah, I was thinking too though. I mean, the nominees really, it's kind of similar to Final Four. It's like whoever wins veto controls the vote. So, I mean, you could keep Daly off and maybe like, yo, you're safe, man, Final 2. And then Daly goes and throws that thing. You know what I mean? And then Kristen wins. Like, you could maybe, be a little flashy, but I don't know if we have that card to play with these Final 5. So, I don't know.
You don't have it because he's there with 4 final 2s. You don't have it.
Yeah, that's where that's the problem. Yeah.
No, Derek, you have no idea because you haven't been within the DRs or whatever. I go into the DRs and I ask them questions.
Yeah.
Like
always.
Pointed questions sometimes too. Like, I mean, I don't tell them what to do or anything, but I do ask questions. Both sides though, by the way. So like it's not like, oh yeah, so I go the other way too. But I ask questions and it just seems that it just goes in one ear out the other. Like,
yeah, 100%. They don't like think critically enough, I feel. Like, I mean, that's not necessarily true because they do think critically. They just don't think critically. You know what I
It
mean?
is
Or
what it is.
critically
Yeah, that's what it
correct.
is. They don't think
Yeah.
correctly.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, Aaron, what do you got to do next? Who's the biggest long-term threat? Cody. You know what I mean? Like it's all, that's the problem. It's
Well,
like,
dude,
oh man,
Aaron-
Daly's been picked for house guest choice like 17 times. I mean,
Well,
I
and
don't know.
tonight, officially, all 4 of our camp counselors are gone. Marcus was the
Yeah,
last one.
no, man, no return. We got a new winner this season. Well, I mean,
Mhm.
they didn't win either, but we have a new player winner this
I
season.
Yeah.
don't understand. I don't understand some of it. Like I knew, like yesterday's Cody, for example, we told him what the comp was going to be early, right? He knew he was in trouble
Yeah.
from the get go. Why did you not practice? And you could tell he didn't practice because it's the way he was doing it. Like, no. So in the back of my head, I'm like, you know what? I'm like, Cody, I love you.
That's
I
tough,
love you,
man.
Cody, but I get mad at people whenever, like, I don't know. You have no idea when, especially when I'm rooting for them. I
Yeah,
get
yeah.
mad when they don't do well in the comp.
Yeah, because Cody is like the only one that's like Daly's got to go on the block, like at that point, like at that exact point.
I think
you know what I mean.
I want it. That's the whole point. Like, remember, I didn't like what's his face at first, Alejandro.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I became Team Alejandro. Cody, I wasn't really, and then I was like, yeah, let's go. I wanted someone that was fighting Daly.
Yeah, the shifts. Like at the end of the day, it has been very straightforward all season. It has been like a
Daly
Big Brother
has
16.
been HOH 17.
That's what I'm saying. It's like a
21
Big Brother 20.
HOHs.
It's like a Big Brother 22 kind of, and the cast is amazing. Like this cast
And
has
I
been great. Everyone's
hope-
socializing, but the gameplay has been very straightforward, very
I
modern
hope-
Big Brother almost. You know.
I don't think people are going to be watching this too much. I don't know if they did it for Survivor.
No,
Hopefully
they will, man. These people that are in the jury
will.
are gonna watch this.
Well,
trust me,
I
man.
want them to hear this, okay? Daly has been HOH 18 times out of 24 HOHs. I want them all to hear this. If Daly-
you're
if Daly
not
makes-
even wrong, dude.
If
You're
Daly
not.
doesn't make that makes it to final 2 and you guys don't vote for him, I don't know what happened there.
Yeah. He had unless he bombs it. I mean, if he comes out and bombs it and like it's like I'm an innocent guy, he's not gonna do
Let me
that.
tell
Though.
you something. I don't, in my opinion, even if the dude has the worst jury management at this point,
Yeah.
you cannot not vote for him.
Yeah, he's not like
Well-
a mean guy. I never really understand the jury man.
Okay, but
He's
here's
Not
the
a
thing,
big
if
guy,
he-
one. Second,
a
he
nice guy.
has not touched the block once.
Yeah, the last one remaining.
His name has been going around in the main chat or whatever, and they're still not doing anything against him.
Yeah,
And
we
he has
got
control
jurors
the-
reacting and doing other shit that they shouldn't be doing. By the way, please don't do that in the
And-
future. But
And he has controlled the entire game.
yeah,
Well, here's the thing:
day
if he
one.
gets to final 2, and he doesn't own the game that he played,
That's where the
will.
problem comes in. But he's gonna own it, man. He's been owning it in his goodbye messages.
He will.
Man. He's
been
gonna.
owning it in the goodbye messages already.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
and he's
that's
got
good to
like
know then.
Katie, for example, like he did
Katie's
her.
a stand. Katie's a stand.
Yeah, exactly. And you're telling me like Marcus is gonna. Nah, man. Marcus ain't voting for like Venus. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna.
No,
vote for
that's what I'm saying. I think even if his jury management sucks, he's gonna win.
so like,
Yeah.
okay, we kind of just talked about everybody,
yeah, we did talk about it.
which is fine. But Emily, what needs to happen for Emily to win this game?
Daly needs to go. That's it.
Well, okay, yeah, but like, who does she need to be sitting next to?
Anybody.
anybody but Daly, I think she can.
Anybody
win,
but
yeah.
Daly. Daly
Okay.
needs to go. Emily wins.
She could have some difficulties against Mason. I know you disagree, Cesar. She could have some difficulties there, depending on how things play out.
I don't think so because if you read the jury and the pre-jury or whatever, they're both thinking that Emily and Daly are the head
Running.
of the snakes.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right,
I agree.
they're not thinking Emily's playing Daly's game. In
Yeah.
fact, at one point, I don't know if it was the jury or pre-jury, said that Emily was pushing for Mason to go, or for sorry. Daly wanted to vote out Mason, but then Emily convinced Daly.
Yeah,
If
there
it
was
makes
that. Emily has had some agent. Obviously, Daly's had all of the agency with like everybody else, but Emily has
No.
had some agency with Daly.
But what I'm saying is the jury and pre-jury are talking about
I
that,
see
which
it. I
means
see it,
they're
yeah.
not thinking Emily's playing Daly's game. They're
Yeah.
thinking they're both the head of the snake. So Daly, you take Daly out of the picture. I'm not flipping. Okay, you take Daly out of the picture. Emily, the head of the snake. which means she
Yes.
will get the votes.
Yeah. I
We
just
said.
I do think she still wins. I just think that Mason could put up a decent fight. And that's it. I think he can get some votes.
How do you guys think Emily did with her HOH last cycle?
The best HOH ever. I mean, I was upset. I was happy with her HOH, and
was a
I even
smart
put it
HOH,
everywhere.
yeah.
I was so happy with her HOH. I wish, just because I want to see Daily fucking sweat a little bit, okay? I wish she would have done that. Not that I want Daily out. I think Daily deserves to win this game.
Yeah, at this
But
point.
I
Yeah.
wanted to see him sweat a little because he hasn't. He's been just chilling. In fact,
Daly now volunteered to go on the block in Emily's DMs last
yeah,
night too. And
exactly.
she still didn't do it.
But she did make the biggest move
Yeah, hell yeah.
because Cody, whether we had this conversation yesterday too, I think Cody was one of the main characters. I don't care what anybody says. I do think so. Cody, was he the mastermind or whatever of anything? No, he was in his own little. I'm still stuck in that. He was in his own little bubble or whatever. But for some people, for some reason, people were living rent free.
Yeah, I think in their perception, I think in
Or he
the
was living
jury and the
rent-free in his
games,
head.
I think the game saw him as the main character, but I don't think in the reality of the situation, like the story that we're seeing, the real story, he's not necessarily
The
main
real
character.
story, he wasn't because he didn't do.
Yeah, but the
It's
jury
kind of
sees
like-
him as the jury sees it as him
It's
as
kind
like
of
one of
like-
the big people.
Comparing this to BB22, he's like the Devon.
Yeah, to be honest, yeah, because
I mean, I
and they're all
guess.
Devon's this, Devon also.
Right, but really, like literally, what did Cody do?
Nothing really. It just kind of existed.
Everybody, he was living rent free in their heads.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
somehow he was this. Oh my God! When he was doing, he really was trying to survive this whole time. That's all he was doing.
Yeah, I didn't really know. I really can't pinpoint exactly what he did. Besides, I guess, be sus to people. Like that's like all.
He
like,
did spread some lies here and there. Okay.
Yeah,
Which-
he got busted for it. I think that's like the hard
Which
point.
did, yeah, exactly. But it also got some people thinking about other people. So that
Yeah.
was good on his part. But did he control any votes? No. Did he win anything? He won one thing, right? But do I think he's one of these players of the season? 100%. I think I will give him credit for that because they made that. They made him a player of the
Especially making it to 8th when he was like getting pooped on from final
season.
20.
They
you know what
won.
I mean? Yeah, final
So-
20, like or earlier, they're like, Cody, man, he's such a snake. What is he doing? He's the worst. He's my biggest threat. Everyone's like, man, Cody's my biggest
Also,
threat.
I feel so bad because out of all the counselors, he really was trying to protect his team the whole time.
Yeah.
He thought that was it, blah, 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 blah. Where Erin, she was doing her own thing. Like, she's
Yeah.
like, okay. Marcus, he was trying, we can talk about Marcus later. But, yeah, I feel bad for Cody. I think he should be proud of himself because he did a good job.
To make it that far as such a big target, yeah, absolutely. He should have been. A lot of people wanted him gone a lot sooner than 8th place. I can tell you that.
But I will say he should have practiced.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Like, come on now, really, dude? You
Yeah.
couldn't get one cup in?
So
Maybe not one, but I don't know.
what needs to happen for Mason to win?
Well, according to Styles, Mason can win it over, with anybody. Which I mean, maybe I'm the wrong one here.
Not against Daly, and probably not against Emily, but I think he beats Kristen and Venus.
I think Mason can probably be. Mason has also played a good game. Okay, so I don't want people to think that I'm not. Mason has played a great game. I just think he's played a very laid back, emotional game.
Yeah, a little bit passive when he should have been aggressive.
Passive. He was a little bit passive when he should have. He was doing so well. I'm telling you, him and Joanna, I was rooting for them. I'm like, oh God, here we go. They're gonna do this. Is it? They took Joanna out, and I'm like, what happened?
We thought it was going to be actually not that bad for him because everyone was going to scoop him up, and then he was going to get agency in that way. But he kind
No,
of
because he lost track of the goal.
yeah.
The goal was he needed to get rid of Daly. I keep saying Daly because they talked about it. They talked about it. He needed to get rid of Daly.
Yeah,
They had all these people, blah, blah, blah. As soon as Joanna left,
It was survival mode, I felt.
yep, he did not know. He really didn't know what to do with that.
Yeah.
which sucks. But I mean, but his social game is good. He's awesome. He's a good guy. Do I think he can be Kristen? I mean, now that Styles is counting all the jurors or whatever, he could be. Yeah, I don't think he's the easiest one to beat now.
He's right in the middle. Emily
Yeah,
and
he's right in the
and
middle.
Daly
He's
gotta
right in the
go
middle.
though. Emily and
think
Daly
he-
gotta go, and it's gonna be hard for that to happen with the way everything's formatted and the way the relationships are currently set.
So do you guys think of this final five that Venus has the lowest win equity of all of
Yes.
them?
I personally think so. Yes, but
I don't want to. I love Venus, so I
Yeah.
don't want to say that. Okay, I think they all have a chance at winning. Okay,
Cesar, don't be nice now. You've been ripping these people to shreds the entire fucking time on this podcast.
I can see what he's saying because she could come out and if she's next to Kristen, she could come out and slay. But that's like I feel like are really only.
the thing
winning
about it
scenario.
is, okay, you're right, Derek. I need to put my feelings aside. Okay, I don't need to put my feelings aside. I'm just going to be honest here. And I mean, I've told them all not to watch the podcast because they're going to be mad at me.
Yeah,
So-
unfortunately, yeah, the story's been pretty one note. It's like Daly's got to go, and that's like the main.
yeah, but they cannot be mad at us. We've been praising him.
Hell no! I gave him a 9 the first fucking week.
So we talk shit about him because we want to see him sweat.
Yeah,
Other
absolutely.
than that, he's not. But no, okay. So the thing about Venus is, if she changes her story, it could win. She could do good. The thing about it is, she's putting this whole, oh, I've been with Daly since day 2, or whatever, which is only making all the jurors think, oh, you're getting played.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Daly's your puppet. So what did you do? Nothing. That's what they're going to be thinking if she keeps saying, because that's what she's doing in her goodbye messages.
What do you think she could say? What do you think she could come out and
I
say?
think, I don't know, she can lie and be like, yo, I tried getting Daly out, but unfortunately, and by the time I got HOH, I couldn't get Daly out because they both wouldn't have been there because I knew, make something
She
up.
ain't gonna. I don't think she's not the type to do that though.
No,
that's not gonna happen.
She's too loyal.
She's gonna own what she's really been doing, which has been like kind of. She's played a good game, man. Like she's played one of the better games I've seen her play. Like social game's been great.
She's played amazing.
Yeah, amazing social game, but obviously she's just under the wing of losing ship. You know what I mean?
The downfall, and Michael left too soon. Well, I don't know. I think Venus. I mean, Venus could win maybe against. I don't know. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what could happen? Like tomorrow, who knows what's gonna happen?
You never know,
Right.
man. That's what I'm saying. You never know who's gonna. You never know, man. But it's just tough because the way things set up, people aren't like you said, Cesar, probably not comparing notes, and like that's the only way it happens. If like just one conversation happens, it can shift so much. But I just like the conversation is most likely just going to be, "How's your day?" Because the reality is, man, I'm good. I'm set. Daly's taking me to the final 2.
Everybody,
you know what I mean?
exactly. And
I'm in a good spot right now.
I think people, especially in this group, now that Destiny's out, right, and Marcus, who was starting to see Daly,
Yeah,
what
fine,
he
yes.
was, or for what he is, what he's doing anyways. They don't have that anymore in the game. So everybody that's in there is Team Daly.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But they're not gonna compare notes. Like they all feel pretty good. Oh my god, if anything, they all feel pretty good right now.
Yeah. I feel like Mason's like the only hope for like something huge. Like Mason Kristen have a big conversation. Like I think that's a possibility, but
That is a possibility. Mason Kristen, that would be spicy if they do have a conversation.
but it has to be from me. Like Kristen, as much as I love her, she's not the type to go out and like plant seeds and like do things like that. She's very,
But
very
she
straight
was.
up.
I know Destiny was the one talking to Kristen about it, right?
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Kristen's got the idea. It's just will she spread that brainchild to other places?
But it's
I
also
think Mason's the best person to get it to.
It's also scary. It's also scary to do that because everything's going back to Daly.
That's where the fucking problem comes in, especially when Kristen does say like, "Hey, I'm cool. Like final 3, I'm gonna win HOH and cut him there," and she's cool with that situation. And that's where the problem is. It's not like Daly needs to go now. It's like Daly can be cut at the final 3, and that's what all these people are. A lot of people are saying that too.
I'm so upset. You have no idea. Like, why are they waiting to final 4 to take a shot? Final 3, nah, dude.
Nah, man, the shot should have been a long time
final
ago.
14.
Yeah, absolutely. When it comes to a player like that, you got to get that guy out, man. You do.
especially after he won HOH after HOH after HOH, back to back to back, right? Or whatever. I don't know, before, I don't know, he won a whole bunch, right? The dude is good at comps. Why would you want to take it to final three?
That's what I'm
I mean,
saying.
that's what I would think, right? Unless it's your real final two, and that's the problem. They all think that that's the real final two.
Well, and that's
Yeah.
it's like Daly plays a lot, and he's really good at comps, and I feel like that's something that's pretty well known. Like even though he's throwing a lot in
But
this,
he's won a lot of challenges.
I
Considering,
know, but
that.
like he's won 2 HOHs and I think a POV.
Something like that. Yeah.
There's nothing like crazy, but like if you've
He's
watched
won
another
all the
game,
HOHs, fool.
The reality is,
Whatever.
yeah, he has the
you
HOH
mean,
quite a few
you mean,
times.
I mean for real.
Especially
okay.
this post jury phase, it's really been impressive stuff because it's literally been directly daily influencing what happens, and it just has been like for the entire post jury, and obviously other stuff than the pre jury, but hardcore like during this post jury, it's been the Daily Show. Like nobody else.
This
It is
season
the
is
The
very
Daily
sad
much-
part
Show.
about it is, the sad part about it is nobody's saying, ah, shit, I fucked up by keeping him because they're there still. They're still there. And they still think, oh, yeah, that's my number one. That's my ride or die.
Yeah.
So-
Yep.
We're good.
Yeah. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It's amazing, man. It's one of the greatest games I've. Even if he doesn't win the game, it's probably one of the greatest games I've
No,
ever
he
seen.
deserves to win the game, period. Hands
Yeah.
It'd
down.
be like if Kim Spradlin lost one world.
That's
Like-
kind of that is the level of dominance that we are currently at. It is the Derek. It is that game. It's just so it's ridiculous, man. It's so
It's
good.
ridiculous. But I will be honest. I will say, okay, so I watched another Northern Lights where someone was doing kind of the same thing. All right. We're not gonna give people their 15 minutes. I'm not gonna mention names right now. All right. But someone was doing the same thing or whatever. But the season was boring for me to watch because at least Daly is kind of like a villain, and
Yeah.
and he lets it known, like at least to us, right? Oh, this is what I'm gonna do or whatever. So, and like Styles was saying earlier, he changes his mind every 2 seconds. So
I don't know what the hell he's gonna
at
do.
least to me, that's entertaining. All right,
Yeah.
to me,
He's playing like ridiculous.
because he is playing where before the other. So this one, like I'm like, okay, I liked it. It was fun. It was good. It was, even though I hated it, it was a good game. It was a good, for me, it was entertaining. With the other one, I was just bored. I'm like, this is just. So I will give him that. At least it's entertaining me. Whether I like it or not, I'm just mad at the people, not him.
Well, and it's funny, Styles, because like when we did the podcast for Survivor, that game was the exact opposite. Because like every time we would like set someone up, like, oh, they might
Just be this, man. It would just be this every
They would
time.
go home the
Flip,
next
flip,
round.
flip,
Like,
flip,
we would-
flip. Yep.
We had no
Craziness, man.
clue what was going to happen, who was going to be like taking things over, and
That game was fucking madness, man.
Yeah,
the
it's
fact
like
that
it's
Peter
like-
won was madness, man.
It's literally polar opposite to this.
It
game.
has been. It has been quite unfortunate. I like in my gut. I've always been like, man, I really don't like just something about Daly. Like it just he looks like a Jesse Lopez, Vanessa Russo. He looks like
The
one of those
thing about it is, okay, another thing.
But the more it goes on, it's like, man, he's like so sad. There isn't even a Steve here. There isn't even a whoever here. You know what I mean?
But when
It
did
just doesn't
decide-
exist.
When did Steve decide he needed to turn on Vanessa? It wasn't until pretty damn late.
Yeah. He had. That's a whole nother thing. This is
Well-
Northern Lights, but he decided like pretty late. Yeah.
So there's still hope.
Yeah, I don't know about that. The only hope I think is like a Chris. Like it has to. There is a scenario. Like obviously these next 2 rounds because there's so little options. He's at most risk.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, obviously final 3 is you couldn't get more vulnerable than the non-HOH in final 3. You're on the block, and it's only one other person they can choose. But at the end of the day, he's still set up real nice, and he's also
So-
very capable of winning the
I
challenge.
think the more and more I think about it, right? Would we have missed it too? Okay, hold on. The more and more I think about it, okay, I think for players like Styles, I think players like Derek, I think players like me, we need Daly to stay in. Because he's a shield for us. Not necessarily, maybe not. I don't know if he's a shield for all of us, but at least we're kind of on the same, whatever. So we need him there, right? So maybe we would have made the same mistake.
Maybe. I feel like the difference. I feel like maybe, especially with like you and like really like because like we like being like in the driver's seat. So we see Daly's doing a lot. Maybe we're gonna start. Maybe we keep Daly around, but we plant seeds about Daly. Man, Daly's doing all
But
that.
that's the
Daly's
thing,
this.
though. That's the thing. You never know.
That's
You never know that because, to me, because we're on the same kind of page, same level or whatever, it's a great final too. So why would I like me? Because you gotta Styles, you're a little bit more snaky. So okay, I can see you doing that. Me,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I would be like,
But the difference is also, like, take the trials, for example. We were like, obviously Holly needs to go at some point, but
Right.
it's great that she's around now. And we would go to our DRs and say that.
right.
But like these people, there's not even any of that. There's not like, well, I need Daly to stay for this reason. It's just, I just want Daly to stay.
I can like
But you have to
understand.
remember,
I can understand it, but go ahead.
remember this. Okay, in trials we had Sam there, and everybody was saying Sam. I knew Sam was a threat, but I was never touching it. I wasn't doing it, even though because to me, that was my final two.
Yeah.
Right. So, and I also knew I needed her to stay in. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know. Maybe with a Daly there, I would have thought the same way.
Okay. Well,
I will say
we're not
you're
getting that from
the
these people.
type that's cool. I'm always going to sit next to who I can beat. The only thing is though, you have this theory where it's like, man, Daly is pissing a lot of jurors off, so maybe we should take him to the end and win.
Right, exactly.
You can
So
have that thought too.
By the time we get to that point where okay, it's time to make a move or whatever, after looking at what he's been doing, we're like, well, you know what? Maybe maybe we don't need to take.
And when you put the math together, it's like, why am I going to take a shot at this guy? Like, I know maybe you think that he's doing great, but the fact that he is, it's like you're going to take a shot and not get him out. Like that'd be crazy, kind of. And that there's almost like that fear too. And I can like understand the psychology as to why he's still here and doing so well,
but no, okay, it's different.
I think it's different because,
go ahead.
Like you said, the three of us play very differently, so it's hard for us to comprehend why these people would be making the moves that they're making, which is
you really never know though, man. You don't.
You have to remember this also, okay? Again, the three of us, we go into a game, people know who we are, right? Mm-hmm. Whether it's because you're a snake, whether it's because you're good, whether it's because you're a comp beast, they know who we are, right? We need a Daly in there, right? A lot of these people, they didn't know each other. They don't know anything like that. So why did they need a Daly in there? They didn't need a Daly.
Yeah, that was the big difference, is that they really trusted Daly.
Yeah.
That was the
big difference. He wasn't a shield, he was an ally.
Yeah, like, that's what he was more so that. Yep. No one's ever mentioned him as a shield, I think, whatsoever. I believe at all. There's been one mention.
And that's where my whole Venus Marcus Mason, I'm kind of confused.
Yeah.
You posted for him. You know that the dude is good. We've all known this. So that's why I'm like, why? The mist, I tell you, the mist. I'll give him props.
Nah, it's amazing, dude. If that's the theme of the season, like I'm not upset at it. You know what I mean? Because I can respect that just dominance. You know what I mean? It's something that we'll always remember. We'll talk about there could be 10 seasons of Northern Lights, and Daly will probably still be one of the best players to ever play the game. Even if there's all-stars and he comes back and flops, it's still this season is like that's
when we do our future podcast ranking the top 10 Northern Lights games.
I do not care right now if anybody watches this, and you all can DM me or whatever. I am Team Daly. He deserves to win this game.
Yeah, 100%.
Period.
So when we're spending an hour drawing out scenarios, how Daly
how can he not win?
Talking an hour about Daly.
Yeah.
So I thought the best way to end this podcast, because this is the last one before the finale, is when the season started. Two-part question: A, is this what you sort of pictured as the final five? And B, who is someone you really expected to make it this far that didn't?
Styles, you want to go?
Yeah, I think that I just gotta look real quick. I'm looking at it. This is fucking tough, dude. I thought that Kat was gonna go really, really fucking far. She was a super early boot, but I thought she was gonna go deep because a lot of people liked her, and she was like really not a threat.
Well, they were first cycle, and then they were safe for a little bit, and then
they kind of got a little bit fucked with like the results of it. I thought that, A I thought Katie was maybe gonna win. I thought that Marcus was gonna be in the final five. I definitely, and that's really about it. To be honest, I had a feeling Daly would be there. I thought maybe Daly could have been an earlier target. I thought Mason was. I've been on the Mason train all season. Kristen, we actually thought Kristen was going to go home pretty early, so then maybe we trade out Kristen for a Cat, or we trade out Kristen for a Jensen or a Joanna. You know what I mean? Maybe that was what Joanna. I think could have maybe made it a little bit farther. And yeah, not a huge difference, to be honest with you. Looking back at it, to be like looking at my ratings and everything. I mean, obviously Kristen and V and S are a pretty big surprise, but Daly, Mason, Emily, like I feel like those were pretty like top picks from the start.
For me, Venus, I thought she was not gonna make it this far. So
Yeah.
but I mean, again, she's doing great. The first week she wasn't doing too well, and then Kristen, I did not expect to see her because people were talking about her a lot.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah.
Emily, I knew that if she hooked up or like got with Daly, that was gonna be her ticket to the end.
Yeah.
Because I saw Daly controlling the game from the start.
You did.
I remember messaging Cake on the side. I was like, Emily's good. Emily's gonna be good because Daly's taking her under his wing. She's golden and look golden.
And she's here. Yeah.
And because I do think he is the reason why she is there. My opinion. Mason, I thought he was gonna be far, but I wanted him there
from
with
the start. Yeah.
I wanted him there with Joanna. I thought Joanna was gonna make it a little bit farther.
Yes.
But she's becoming this threat in every org she plays too, though. Like Joanna's becoming one of those people that people want to get her out.
She's got like that reputation, man. She's actually really not like as bad as she
No,
didn't
she's not.
She didn't play a sneaky game at all this season.
No, she didn't. So
also low-key
but
mentioned.
if you have Nadia, that's a whole different story, huh?
That was pretty. I still don't understand that move. But Andrew, one more person I want to give some recognition to. I thought Andrew was playing really well before he got kicked out. He was just on the block, I think, against Cody, who was a pretty well-connected counselor at the time, and that didn't help.
Andrew won me over.
Yeah.
Too, and I was rooting for him, and then,
yeah, no, I think he got fucked personally. To be honest, I thought he was doing well, really well.
Who else is there? Marcus. So Marcus, Marcus, I love Marcus. I do. I think he played a good game. Did I think he was gonna make it this far? I don't know. Maybe. I knew that he was playing, but the thing about Marcus is he can't be playing a safe game, and he was scared to win HOHs. He's more worried about making people mad.
Then are people mad at you for not making people mad?
So I think he made it where I thought he would. I think, yeah, I don't know. I think he was right where I thought he was going to end up, in my opinion, because I think we talked about this. I knew that he was thinking that Mason, I mean, he tried making a move yesterday, so I'll give him credit for that. All right, I'll give him credit. He tried making the move and it just didn't work.
It would have been a sexy move for sure. But unfortunately, the numbers it was never really
I was so mad. I'm like, Kristen, why? You should just say Cody. But no, I think we said it from the start. He was putting his faith in all these people, but those people didn't really have his back.
Yeah, that was like he was a little bit expendable, and it's like
he was expendable. So
the road ran out. Yeah,
I knew that him getting to like final whatever, he wasn't gonna have anybody to like save him. So I think he would have been gone had he not won veto yesterday. I think he would have been gone. Every time he stayed, he was on the block. Had he not won veto, he would have been gone. Wait, didn't he win 2 vetoes in a row? Or 2 vetoes? He won 2 vetoes, right?
Let me check my notes real quick.
Yeah. What we're seeing with Kristen potentially going, to the final 3 or whatever is what I thought Marcus was going to be. Was the person that like kind of flew under the radar like mid-jury and kind of got to the end. You know what I mean?
Marcus
I thought
only
that's
won
what I thought that's where
one,
Marcus was gonna be.
you know.
Marcus only won one.
Mhm.
He was only nominated one. Oh, and then he stayed once,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that was earlier in the game.
yeah.
So
No,
yeah,
he
that's
played a good social game, man. I do wish he was more aggressive, 100%. Like just in the
Mm.
behind the scenes strategy stuff, and that's the case for pretty much a lot of the cast. In terms of certain things, because they were very active, but they weren't like we're gonna keep saying that they were active, but they weren't actively doing anything good. And that was the problem.
Damn. Okay.
Like good for them,
Nice.
good for themselves more so, good for themselves long term.
It was great for Daly.
Like yeah, that was the yeah.
But
Unfortunately,
but here's the thing though. The good thing about this one too is Daly put in work though. Daly was on VC 24/7. He said,
yeah,
"I'm
yeah.
gonna put my phone cover." The dude was on VC everybody and the mom. So it's not like he was one of those like, oh, I know Daly, so he's gonna be a final two. Nah, he worked to get those final two.
He did, man. He was always like, man, I gotta lay low this week, and then he would just like run the whole week. He's like, ah, shit, like there goes that, and it just was the same thing every single week, and it worked. So
So yeah, mad props to him. I'm
Oh
talking
my
like
God.
he won already, but he hasn't won. But in my head, I just
he's
don't
got the
see him-
he's got the highest probability, realistically.
I don't see him losing. He's gonna win. He's gonna
I
win.
do think even if you're looking back at this daily and you don't win, I do think that you should look at yourself and your very very great game as winning, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
100%. I think Emily as well, and I think they all have all of them.
For some of them, like because the reality is, like Daly like maybe makes them look a certain way, like oh they made the wrong choice, but like Venus like turned it up socially, man. Kristen turned it up socially, and everyone like liked her. Mason fucking played a great game. Like these people played great games, man. And some of the jurors, some of the pre-jurors played great. And it's just a couple things here or there, maybe bad luck that kind of led to it. You know what I mean?
I'm still mad Katie left, by the way.
Yeah. Oh my god,
I
I love
love
Katie.
Katie.
Yeah, she's great.
Katie
So-
got robbed.
I feel like we have exhausted all of this.
Yeah.
We will do one more of these afterwards, and we'll talk about, you know, everything that happened. And also I guess I'm doing exit interviews. So Cesar, I feel like you would be great in that too, if you want to help me out with
Oh,
that.
exit interviews at the end. Oh, like after the.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm down. Oh, let's go. I am down. I am down. 100% I am down.
Yeah,
Okay,
I can't wait.
cool.
I can't wait to see those. We
So
still need Jimmy's from Survivor, man.
yeah, oh, sorry. It didn't come together. It just didn't happen. I wasn't gonna force these people. It wasn't like they signed a contract.
Add Jimmy. Do your exit interview.
A year and a half later, and he's like, "All right, I'll
Yeah.
do it." All right, cool. So we have one more episode
Jimmy
postseason
got robbed
and
too,
some exit
from
interviews.
what I heard,
Yes.
right?
And all right, awesome. Thank you all for listening / watching again for over an hour.
Yeah, we definitely like to talk. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Wait, Style, wait. Style, did Jimmy get robbed? I didn't watch Survivor. I heard he got
I
robbed.
don't think he got. I think Peter played a really good game. I think that
Peter
Jimmy was
was-
probably the most deserving winner, like because he had the most adversity and won a lot. Like he had the most well-rounded game, but Peter's social game was just so.
Okay.
I
Because
also
heard
picked
that
Peter to
Jimmy got
win
robbed too
literally the first cycle.
I was saying Peter from just his social game is so good, and he works hard, and he has good strategy and likable guy. Like he definitely played a very very good game, but Jimmy played like just a crazy game, and that's why he maybe deserved it. But he did not get robbed, man. I don't care what anyone says. Peter is a good winner, dude.
No, I don't. I really don't know. I don't know.
100%. I think any of those final three in that season win, and it's a good winner.
That was a great final three.
It was just a great fucking season. This has been a good season too, and it's just been very different.
Yeah. That one was way more just like unpredictable. This one is like we literally guessed what was going to happen. Episode 1 of this.
Opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah, this season has been kind of predictable for us.
Yes.
On the,
But it's almost over, and
The
we'll have
cast
to
is
talk about
crazy.
it.
I will say the cast is bringing it, man. And the DRs, this is the most active I've seen one-on-one servers, most alliance chats I've ever seen made in a game, and the most active DRs for sure.
No, I
People are
love the
fucking playing.
cast. Yeah,
Yeah.
they've been good. They've been good. It's just
Oh my god, yeah.
They
You see the
never
fucking
got-
the pre-jury chat, like Jesus Christmas, man.
they
You can
were
read that thing for days.
they were so close to like realizing it, but then it just somehow something happened again.
Or those people realize it and they just happen to, maybe walk out the door when
That's what happened there too. Like
Yeah.
somehow, wait before you end up. Somehow, he's right. The people that would say something, they will find out immediately and out the door.
Sometimes he wouldn't even find out, and they would just go, and that's just like sometimes that's how the game falls, man. It could just go.
Give
your
me
way
one
sometimes.
name that he didn't know.
I'd have to. Let me take a look here. I don't think he knew that like Jason was on to him at the end. Actually, no, he did know that. Maybe you make a good point. I don't know if he knew that Cody was directly after him. I don't know that he knew that Marcus was looking.
Cody, of course
He didn't
knew.
know that Marcus was looking his way today. I don't think.
Oh no, that one he didn't know. That one, but he
Yeah.
did want Marcus out for a minute.
And I know he wanted Katie out, but I don't know if he knew that Katie wanted him out as much. I mean, I know he saw her as a threat regardless. So at the end of the day, and he's right for that because Katie was one of the bigger contenders for sure. But
We should definitely bring Katie back for something.
yeah, bring
Katie's
Katie,
awesome.
absolutely.
That is awesome.
Okay,
All
I'm cutting you guys off. Okay.
Yes,
All
I
right.
gotta use the bathroom. I'll
All
see you
right.
guys later.
Stop